All right. Welcome back. Let me see what we have next here. Um, okay. Let's see. We have. I want to see what is going on here. Apparently, this guy, Ari Song. Anybody know who Ari Song is? Ari Song has been. He's been advising people to stop listening to Blessing Okoro. I said, what happened? I was like, Kilo Shele. Hold on. Let me share my screen with you guys. I said, what happened? What did Blessing Okoro do? Relationship guru of all gurus. What did she do? Let the relationship guru, let her brief. But, I saw it. I don't know what happened, but I thought, let's talk about it. It says, stop taking dating advice on social media. It's from a content creator. Like, listen now, I'm a content creator, okay? And this is unnecessary stray bullets. I don't know what is going on here right now. Can we tell these people to let the content creators breathe?
Let be poor, breathe.
Let us breathe, right? Let us breathe. But I don't know if he has some kind of point he's trying to make here. It's from a content creator, Nahosu. Tell Enko. Anyway, with that being said, let me do some quick shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to my sponsors: Mo Fresh, Richie, Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Tima, Show Mama, Gores Corner, D Love. Shout out to you. We're up to this month. We're up to $69.25. That's up from the last live show I did, $36. So thank you so much. You can support the platform for as low as 99 cents with the dollar sign below the chat button. All right. Anyway. He said, Nahosu, they themselves are seeking help. What happened? Kilo Shele, go. Right? So now, I think this is Instablog Nigeria just throwing stray bullets at Blessing Okoro and others. Okay? Well, most people that have listened enough to me will not compare me with Blessing Okoro. So it's okay. It's okay. I'm breathing. This is a person go cook for her man, finish, then come online to say, don't cook for men. Oh, this type of relationship gurus, eh? This type of relationship gurus. But I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you for this. This is awesome. Speaking of also, this is awesome. Somebody's jealous, die right now. Huh? Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, sir. Anyway, person go cook for the man. Anybody know who Oloni is? Oloni was dragged online some months ago because she got proposed to, some social media influencer girl. She got proposed to after telling all her feminist followers to don't accept nonsense from men. And she would never date a man. She had some things that she said that she would never, not date a man, but she would never marry or something like that. Something, I'm paraphrasing, but something extreme in nature, right? So there's some gurus like that online. Okay. So there's a lot of the whole cooking thing. Somebody who said, don't cook before you get married. Make sure you're married first before you cook. I'm like, cook is the biggest issues. Baba, if you can wait to not cook. Now, Baba, Mama, if you can wait until you marry before you will cook, you're not a cook already. You're probably not going to cook inside the marriage. Let's not be deceiving ourselves. That's why I said, listen, we've written books too. And we have another one coming out in December. You can get on the waiting list with loveandprestige.com. And I encourage people to read. But sometimes I hear, please stop reading. Please. I know it sounds weird, but please, all right, let's stop the reading. Let's do some practice. Let's get out here and do some practice. Go on a date, have a conversation with a person, go there to meet a person, just to get to know them without an agenda, right? Leave the questions behind. Just go there to have a good time, all right? But they know they're here. So it's a lot of those things going on. So I understand. I'm actually happy that there's push against relationship gurus, and the ones that are authentic will last beyond the crisis. there is a crisis. There is a crisis of too many relationship advice everywhere. Okay, and it's a problem, and I think it's a function of people trying to figure this thing out, right? And that's fine, that's fine. So we gotta be careful with who you listen to, okay? Because oftentimes what they're saying to you would be 80% makes sense. There's a little small 20%, that your spirit is not agreeing with it, but this guy makes so much sense, yeah, right? And before you know it, you're listening to generalized nonsense, and you go and practice it. It will backfire. It will work against you. So you have to be very, very very careful, right? If you can wait, if you are a cook, as in like naturally you cook, right? You won't be able to wait. You can't wait for him to taste your food. That goes for you, man. Some men are cooks. They're very good at cooking, right? You can't wait to cook for her. If you're on a date with her, you're falling in love with her, you think you see a future with her, you can't wait. Imagine somebody said, don't cook. Oh. Like the meanings of the advice is discombobulated. It's all destroyed. It's just all over the place. Like, wait, when I was doing the cooking, I wasn't doing it for her. I'm doing it for me. I can't wait to give this person a taste of what I can cook. Now, if this is a big struggle for you to comprehend, it's because you are not a cook in the first place. You need to tell that person, like, I'm not a cook. I will not cook when we're married. Though. Tell them right now up front. If that message resonates with you, right? Anything somebody said don't do until marriage, right? If that message resonates with you, too much, it just means you don't want to do the thing, okay? Now, that's one side of it. There's some things, right, that absolutely can destroy you, right? That you probably should calm down and get to know a person before you start to do all kind of financial kerewa or sexual kerewa with people that you don't know, obviously, right? Obviously. But I'm just saying, you got to be careful with this advisors everywhere right now. Some of them are coming out from very bad place in their relationship, and they can't wait to help other people avoid the same problem. Everybody's story is unique. If anybody's going to give you an advice, it needs to be with respect to your particular story. Anyway, Grace says, but isn't the rhetoric that he's using similar to what Tony Gaskin said last week about other relationship gurus? Yes, and I guess, it's similar. Yeah, you just gotta be careful. I'm saying the same thing right now. You gotta be careful with who you're listening to out there. If it's purely hustle, doesn't mean you can't get good advice from it, but you need to recognize that there's money involved in, and some of those guys are just going to put out the most viral videos just for the sake of it, right? And they will say things that will pander to you, and then you feel good about it, but eventually you find out that it's not applicable in real life, So for me personally, anybody using languages like narcissism, boundaries, intentionality, those things, again, they're cute on paper. You should have those things, but they're often disconnected from the reality of things, from application, right? And people will say, because you read in a book somewhere, you tag onto, it's like, yes, but then you really didn't get any benefit from that advice. Just saying, everybody should be careful. Last, maybe I'll go chop breakfast. You go do all right. Unqualified gurus, no experience, no certification. Yeah, just got to be careful. So I know where it's coming from when he said that. Let me see here. It's just like asking a direction from a blind person. We never know road him or herself. Now mental case. But a lot of people are doing it. It's not because they want to do it. It's because they've heard something that resonates with how they feel already with their solution, so they can relate, right? So it's not even like it matters the person who is saying it. It's somebody that said something that you can relate with. Like, for example, if you come out of a relationship and you feel like your ex was a narcissist, any video, doesn't matter if it's an animal, a donkey, a stupid person that's giving advice on narcissism, you just zone in. And all they have to do is say 3 sentences that make sense. The last sentence is dangerous, and you will eat all of it up. That's how it works. Okay? So it's relationship conversations everywhere. This is a good moment. It's like, I don't want to be a part of that. Because Tony Gaskin even said it was like he said he didn't want to be a part of it after a while. But no, that's dangerous. No, this is now that we need to Those that have experience, that have something of value to share, this is when they need to start talking, to having conversation, because it's dangerous for all of us, right? To just let it be like that. So I'll never try taking any relationship advice from anyone. I beg, you all do. Everyone does. Relationship therapies will never demand. Let me see. They attacking blessings here. Somebody said the best thing you can do for yourself as an individual is to know the difference between real life and social media relationships. It should be in private, not on social media. So that someone who has failed not to be advising you on what to do in your relationship. A coming peace. Words of wisdom from the King Solomon of our time. He said, "Okay, bro, if you say so." if you say so. But yes, that's the word that I have about that. Let's just all be careful with who you're listening to out there. But I think by their fruits you shall know. Listen to them long enough. The small clips, the one that you see everywhere, the one that tends to go more viral. I can't generalize. You got to be careful with them. I have a hard time generalizing in general, but you have to be careful with those small clips. Okay, so and then some people can give a word of advice, right? That's solid. That you can be like, they don't really have the best story, but because you have worked on yourself, you are able to discern. So you need discernment. You see what I mean? You need discernment skills. Discernment skills, something you build over time, is by studying yourself. By studying yourself, and then continue to study other people, and then you continue to study the society at large in terms of how emotions play a role in every part of our life. The reason why you see relationship topics everywhere is not because people are jobless. It's because it's the biggest piece of all of our lives, right? Not just only romantic, obviously, but even in every area of our life. Relationship is the biggest piece of everything, because we're social beings and we're emotional beings, and we're in a space that things are just all so bad that we really need to pay attention to learning how it works, right? Learning what principles that are common across the board, right? And learning how to apply it to specific stories, right? And then, and not just assume that, do what works for you. No, clearly it's not working. Clearly it is not working. Have you paid attention? Oh, but that's social media. That's not real life. Social media is real life. Okay. Listen carefully. Listen to what I just said. Social media is real life.
Stop the cap.
All right. That's a reflection of what's going on in real life. All right. So I'm going to give you an example right now. Let's play this video. This is an advice from T.I. the rapper, right? T.I. his track record is not the best, but he was having a conversation, and I want to hear your opinion on what you think about, not an advice, he was just answering a question on an interview, right? And let me play this really quickly, and let's take it from there. Let's see. T.I. the rapper, the American rapper, right? Let's go.
Nobody really care about you for real. The people who care about you gonna be right here under this roof. Outside that door, don't expect no favors or no love or appreciation from nobody. If you get it, assume it's fake. And if you find that it's real, appreciate it, but don't believe it. When you leave out this house, don't nobody really care about you for real.
All right. Did you guys hear that, or you want me to play it again? Did you guys want me to play that again? Did you hear? Right? Do you want me to play it again? Should I play it again? Let me play it again. Let's see.
Real. The people who care about you gonna be right here under this roof.
He said, when you get out of this house, don't nobody care about you. The people who care about you are gonna be right inside of this house, right?
Outside that door, don't expect no favors or no love or appreciation from nobody.
Don't expect favors, no love, appreciation from nobody, right?
If you get it, assume it's fake. And if you
get it, assume it's fake.
That it's real, appreciate it.
And if you find that it's real, appreciate it.
Don't believe it. When you leave out this house, don't nobody really care about you for real.
When you leave out of this house, don't nobody care about you for real. And my sentence don't get discombobulated, but when you leave out of this house, nobody cares about you for real, right? It says there is no real love once you leave out of your house, right? Now, context matters. Well, let me see some of this. Let me see here. Hold on 1 second. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything here. Ejo MOP, I beg, reduce the bass in your voice, smallo. Hello, and I joke. Oh. Is it my bass voice is too deep? Sorry. No, are you talking about the mic? If you're talking about mic, let me know. If the mic is too loud, I'll turn it down. Because I just brought it back from the overseas. So that's his worldview. Much better say T.I. spoke the truth, but the truth is not in him. You know, by their fruits you shall know, right? But sometimes you just hear it, right? So I think he's had his own struggle. I think he's trying to do the right thing. And people are always trying to do the right thing, right? T.I. has some history there with regards to his faithfulness with his wife, right? But I think what he's speaking to is the grass is greener on the other side syndrome, right? We all have it. Let's be frank, okay? We all take for granted what is readily available to us. We all do that, right? Sometimes, in fact, it's actually worse when it's not overt, when it's not loud. It's actually worse because it sneaks up on you, right? Everything that you know is already available right there, you take it for granted. And everyone, you take them for granted. So when you get real love, right? When you get real love, you take it for granted. But he kind of find a balance there. He said, assume it's fake, but appreciate it. He said that. Appreciation does not always mean that you're saying thank you. You're able to zone in a little bit more and say, there's value here. Let me build on top of this value, right? Without adding guarantee to it that it must last forever. But the more you zone in on it and appreciate it, the more it tends to expand. Anything you focus on tends to expand. Particularly your outlook on life tends to expand. You know, the grass is not always greener on the other side. The key thing, the main point here is to appreciate. It's coming from T.I., the rapper with guns blazing. He almost went to jail for the rest of his life, cheating on his wife, all kind of stuff. We don't know. You know, advice can come from anywhere, right? The advice is thought to be turned into religion. What happens when you label a person a relationship guru expert is that you tend to take their words and you turn it to a religion. And I warn you guys against that here all the time. Don't take my words as religion. I want you to process it. I want you to push back sometimes. If it's authentic, I want you to push back. I want you to say, hey, I feel a little bit of a different way. No, my outlook, my outset's a little bit different. Then it's my show, so I take my time to expand my outlook on it. What I mean, I'll take my time to expand it a little bit more, right? But the point here is this: work on yourself. Okay, this is how we're going to mitigate against relationship guru expert. Is work on yourself. Just you. Take full responsibility for the results you are creating in your relationships, right? Become a student of it. Become a student of emotional intelligence. Don't just don't use common sense. Of course, use common sense, but you don't have to work extra hard and use common sense. You're probably using it already, but it's common sense, right? So if you're going to rise above common level, you're going to have to acquire a different type of wisdom. And we need more and more people doing that today. We need more coaches that have good experiences, good results to showcase. But even if they don't, they know the right thing to say. Because I don't know what's going on with this guy's life right now, but everything he just said made sense. Because I'm interpreting it from a standpoint of the grass is not always greener on the other side. Focus on what's in front of you. Assume that it's fake if you get it from outside, but appreciate it. Like, thanks for the love, right? Because it might expand, it might end up in your house. Because you go out on a date, that's outside of your house, right? But if you go down there, you assume worst case scenario, you create your reality, right? Basically, with the way you perceive your perceptions in life, your outlook on life, right? So it's a little tricky, right? So I can't. If you notice, there's a video that will play after this that I released earlier. Make sure you watch it. It's a video of Ace Metaphor giving an advice, right? The first time I listened to the guy, I'm like, it's confusing. What the hell is he talking about? This one, I'm like, okay, all right, he has a point here and there. And I will continue to do that to add more context, because the most popular relationship guru platform coaches, right, their rhetorics are usually generalized, and it's dangerous for one side of the equation and some other side can find it useful, right? But they're not going to be a therapist, and they're there to make money, and you need to be clear about that. So somebody said now also, you best believe it. It's now also. Okay? Now also, for real, for real. Hola, it's messing with you, Tony Gaskin and this matter. Yeah, I know they see face for inside chats now. I forgot what was said. Let's see. To reduce the bass in your voice that I typed was a joke at the wahala between. No, the thing is that I wanted to make sure that my microphone is not too loud too, because I just brought it back and I might have tuned it. If it sounds good, then good. But I got it. That is a joke. I completely get it. The Tony Gaskin, reduce the bass in your voice, young man. Oh, bro. Listen. All right, so that's that for now. I want to use the rest of the evening. I wanted to use it to talk about Didi, because bruh. Do me a favor, Sha. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. If you're Shaq, please make sure you're subscribed. All right, I'll be right back. Beautiful girl. Your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One loving up, we done enough.